Emmerdale fans are convinced they have figured out who struck Cain Dingle with a car, as the latest episode ended on a shocking cliffhanger. In recent storylines, Cain was shaken when Moira disclosed that her murder case was likely to be dropped, though she still faces charges for involvement in modern slavery and requires an MRI at the hospital. Cain struggled to tell her about his impending surgery, worried she wouldn't be able to handle more stress. After a secretive phone conversation with Moira, Liam came up with a scheme, arranging for Cain to meet Moira in a hospital-changing area. They shared an intimate moment, and Cain admitted his anxieties about the procedure, with Moira promising they would face it together. During Tuesday's installment, Cain handed Kyle his keys for his newly repaired car before heading to the hospital. On the phone with Moira, he expressed hope that everything would turn out all right, but just as she was about to reply, a vehicle came speeding toward him, knocking him to the ground. The episode concluded with Cain lying unconscious on the road, while Moira was left bewildered on the call. ITV has not yet revealed who the driver was, but there are currently 3 possible suspects. Graham Foster had grown frustrated after Rona rejected any chance of rekindling their romance, reaffirming her feelings for her husband. His ongoing conflicts with Kim Tate also left him resentful. Meanwhile, Kerry Wyatt told Eric Pollard that she planned to divorce him after discovering he was untrustworthy, following lies she told about his frequent falls to stop him spending time with Jai Sharma. Finally, Jacob Gallagher left his shift at the hospital, feeling overwhelmed after Dr. Todd criticised how he had handled a patient. All 3 characters were upset and driving at the time, meaning any of them could have accidentally hit Cain as he finally felt optimistic about the future. Fans have taken to social media to debate the culprit. On X, many suggested it must have been Jacob. One wrote, "Oh Jacob, what have you done poor Cain Emmerdale? Whoever they blame, it was definitely Jacob." Another said, "Did the driver not even notice Cain? Looks like Jacob anyway, but I hope it wasn't." While a third agreed, "Surely it has to be Jacob. I don't think Kerry or Graham are distracted enough. Jacob's mind is completely overwhelmed. He's exhausted too." Emmerdale actress Michelle Hardwick expressed her gratitude to the fantastic NHS after a minor visit to A&E. The star shared a social media update with fans about how she spent her Easter Sunday. Michelle has portrayed Vanessa Woodfield since 2012, when she was hired by Rona Goskirk, an old university friend, to work as a locum. Since arriving in the village, Vanessa has faced plenty of drama, from being kidnapped by Pierce Harris to a tumultuous on-and-off relationship with Charity Dingle, as well as a bowel cancer diagnosis. She has endured significant heartbreak, with her most recent romance being with Susie Merton, who tragically was one of the victims in the Valentine's Day limo accident. While mourning Susie's death, Vanessa later discovered that Susie had intended to end their relationship after developing feelings for Rona's mother, Mary. Since then, Vanessa has steered clear of love, though she recently experienced another farewell as her sister Tracy moved away with her daughter Frankie to start a new life. Outside of the village, Michelle updated her followers on Instagram about her Easter weekend. Posting a selfie showing a sore red eye, she revealed she had made a short trip to A&E on Easter Sunday. She wrote, "Has anyone else ever had a scratched cornea? This happened Saturday night. Quick visit to A&E Sunday morning to get checked. Antibiotic cream for 5 days. Good thing I'm not back at work until Friday. Thanks to our incredible NHS." Earlier this year, Michelle marked her 50th birthday with a lavish celebration organised by her wife, a producer. She shared on Instagram, "Last Saturday, my amazing wife threw me the ultimate 50th birthday party. I was told it was an 80s themed event, fancy dress optional, in a yurt in our garden. Needless to say, it was incredible. Thank you to all our wonderful family and friends who made it unforgettable. But most of all, thank you, Brooksy. You're truly one in a million." Emmerdale viewers were left stunned as Dr. Todd delivered her harshest outburst yet in a recent episode on ITVX. After last week's emotional heart-to-heart between the doctor and trainee Jacob, many thought they had finally begun to understand one another. But tonight's events proved otherwise, sending shockwaves through the hospital corridors. The episode opens with Jacob, still recovering from last week's tense discussions, arriving for another long and exhausting shift. He barely has time to catch his breath before he is thrust into a high-pressure situation. Earlier in the week, he had finally found the courage to stand up to the doctor after witnessing her snapping at a patient, an act that initially seemed unforgivable. Yet, in a surprising twist, it was revealed that the patient in question was the doctor's father, who was battling dementia. This revelation created a moment of empathy between the two colleagues, giving Jacob a brief sense of connection as he shared his own experiences caring for a relative. For a fleeting moment, it seemed that their mutual understanding had softened the tension. Jacob had felt seen, respected, and for once, like he wasn't constantly walking on eggshells. But any hope of a lasting truce was short-lived. Tonight's installment picks up with Jacob arriving at the hospital, visibly weary after long hours. He is immediately thrown into a crisis when the doctor's father suffers a cardiac arrest. With no time to deliberate, Jacob rushes to the patient's side, initiating CPR, unaware that the man has a do not resuscitate order in place. What can I do? Just let him die while she's somewhere in the building? She'd never forgive me, he mutters to his colleague Rich, his voice tinged with panic as he continues compressions. The tension is palpable, highlighting the constant ethical tightrope Jacob must walk in his role. After the patient is stabilized, Jacob insists that he acted out of good intentions, believing he did the only thing possible under pressure. Rich, however, makes it clear that he wants no involvement in the potential fallout, leaving Jacob to face the consequences alone. Soon after, the doctor confronts him, her expression a mixture of fury and disappointment. She does not mince her words, branding his actions as the gravest of errors. Dragging Jacob into a private room, she delivers a scathing breakdown of the situation. She frames his decision to perform CPR as an assault, emphasizing the severity of disregarding explicit instructions, and humiliates him in front of his own conscience. Jacob attempts to explain, admitting he had been terrified of being blamed for her father's death, and that he acted out of fear rather than negligence. Despite his attempt at justification, the doctor's rage escalates. She shouts that she wishes she had never felt pity for him or encouraged him, that she regrets ever lying about his potential, and that she should have been honest about his limitations from the beginning. "You are completely useless," she exclaims. "You are never going to finish your training, and you are never going to become a doctor. But since it's too late to change most of that, the best thing you can do now is get in your car and leave. Just go, Jacob. Get lost." The scene is devastating for Jacob. Overwhelmed and teary-eyed, he exits the hospital, making his way to his car. Alone, he vents his frustration, shouting and hitting the steering wheel as the reality of the confrontation sinks in. The incident raises serious questions about whether his medical career can survive such a demoralizing blow, leaving viewers on edge. This episode underscores the ongoing tension between ambition, fear, and personal responsibility in the high-pressure world of medicine. Jacob's actions were driven by compassion, yet the fallout highlights the unforgiving nature of hospital hierarchy and the consequences of straying from protocol. The doctor's intensity reminds audiences that even those with good intentions can face severe repercussions when ethical lines are crossed. Emmerdale continues to explore these complex relationships and the challenges of medical training, delivering drama that resonates with both long-time viewers and newcomers. The episode aired on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX, allowing fans to catch every emotionally charged moment. As Jacob's future hangs in the balance, the tension promises to carry forward into upcoming episodes, leaving audiences wondering if he will recover from this career-defining setback or if his dream of becoming a doctor is truly over.